Hello, my friends. Well, we have some good news. My Moosie is ready to be discharged on Friday, as long as the rest of the week goes well. He has been counting the steps that he's been taking, and we've measured the steps from his chair down there in Moosie's world in the living room, all the way outside, out the door, down the ramp, and out to his chair in the garden to watch the birds. And we figured that's about 70 steps. And he has walked 50 steps so far, so he's almost there. He wanted me to count the steps. I also know how many steps it takes to get to the bed from his chair and the bathroom. So we're working on steps here and getting his mobility back, and hopefully by Friday that will happen. So I have a meeting with the doctors and the nurses, a team, on Thursday to discuss his homecoming and to arrange for home health. Medicare will pay for sending physical trainers to the house a couple times a week, and occupational therapy, and also someone to help him shower. Now, that's one thing he's always afraid of, and we'll see how he feels about that. He might not be too keen on that. Also, they're going to help him get in and out of cars. Well, my car particularly. That means I have to clean out my car, ladies. You know the condition of my car. When it rains, I put all the cushions from the patio in there, plus blankets, plus I keep the cartons of soda and extra toilet paper. Oh, my van, which I adore, and I don't care how old it is or how many dents it has on it. I will always love it because I can always load it up with stuff. I don't have a lot of storage around here, so my car, you should see it at Christmas time. It's loaded with all the presents. So I have to get busy. I've been spending my time here when I'm here and not at the hospital, trying to get the house ready for his homecoming. I also at the same time started to purge, as you know, not only cleaning out the refrigerator, but trying to clean out my closet room. We have a little extra spare bedroom, tiny, that is the closet room, and we have shelves and closets all around the perimeter. So that's a mess right now. I'm in the process of trying to take things out to the shed. I'm not bringing anything in yet, and I'm also trying to purge to take things to the charity shops. I'm going to tell you about my day yesterday. It was kind of a busy one and fun, but frustrating at the same time. Yesterday morning, bright and early, I went into the kitchen and I made some chocolate peanut butter cookies with the little M&M chips in them. And I put some walnuts in for my paramedic firefighter friends up at the local station. Then I decided, well, maybe I'll make some banana bread or something for them because they love stuff like that in the morning with their coffee. So I went to pull out a box mix of banana bread and something else, and when I opened them up, they were not happy. They'd been in there too long, and so that made me realize I had to clean out my pantry. So those went in the trash. But anyway, I went down to Vons and I bought some banana bread and some blueberry bread. I also bought a big bag of tortilla chips, some guacamole, and some 3 or 4 bean dip with the cheddar cheese and sour cream in there, so that it just to show that we so appreciate everything that they do. So Shannon and Shani was home from school yesterday, so I took her with me. We had a little outing. We went to Target. She wanted to go there. So I wrapped everything up and Shani and I set off to go up to the Firehouse, which is really only just a couple minutes up the hill from the house. I wrapped up cookies, all the cookies ready to go, and I wrapped up the blueberry bread and everything else, had a big box. Shani and I set off, and we went up to the Firehouse, got out. No trucks were there, so they must have been out on a call of some sort, but I rang the bell anyway. There was like a little office, and no answer, whatever. Well, we waited there were cars parked in the parking lot, but it was not roped off, but chained off. So I knew there had to be guys there. They don't abandon a station. We waited about 15 minutes ringing bells and things, and trucks didn't come back. So we thought, okay, we'll go later. So we went off to Target. Shani had a little bit of fun. Shani has been taking care of the dog at home while Mom and Dad have been visiting the college boy. So I took her on a little outing, and every once in a while a Mickey D run. So when on our way home, about 3 in the afternoon, maybe 2:30, we went up to the Firehouse again and got out with the big box of goodies. And this time the big fire engine was there, and I think a paramedic truck, a smaller engine. So I figured, oh boy, they're home. But the garage doors were locked in the front. So I rang the bell to a door, and nobody came. And meanwhile, Shani's standing there holding this big thing. Well, I went and peeked in the garage door, could see these great big trucks. Nobody was working on them or cleaning them. But way in the back, I could see that there was a room. It's the entry to the place where they have a kitchen and the beds. You know, they have these 24-hour shifts. Of course, as you know, our son is a retired fire captain, and we have several grandsons that are firefighters as well, paramedics too. So I couldn't get anybody. Rang, knock, knock, knock. So I didn't know what to do. So there was an emergency box outside the door and some instructions. If no one answers you, dial 911 and they'll help you or whatever. So I thought, well, will that get me to them? So Shannon said, no, Nanny, don't do that. But anyway, I did. And, you know, they pick up on emergencies. Is this an emergency? I said, oh, no, this is not an emergency. But, well, I hang up, lady, and call something else. Well, I did. I didn't call any other number. We went home. So last night, I'm sitting in bed. I'm so mad that couldn't get in. So I ate 2 of the cookies. I need another one later. And I thought, I've got to get rid of these cookies. So I called my son, Billy, who is down here for a while with Bonnie, his wife. So I said, Billy, what can I do about this problem? I can't reach the firefighters. So he gave me, of course, he has a list. He worked at this station a long time ago when he was a rookie. So he gave me the number of the station. And I called the guys last night, and a fellow picked up. I said, where you guys been all day? I've been trying to bring some goodies up. I said, this is Moose's wife. They all know Moose because he's Billy's dad. And several of them worked with Billy years ago when they were very young, or they know of him. Billy's rather infamous. He's had a search dog, and they've been all over the world. He was a wonderful and loved every minute of his service. So I said, here's my problem. Was there twice. He said, oh, this is them. You don't have to do that. I said, no, we want to do it. And besides that, if I don't get this stuff up to you, I'm going to wind up eating everything. So he said, okay, call us tomorrow when you're ready to come up and somebody will be there. Well, I wanted Shannon with me so we could take some pictures to be able to show you. You maybe could see some of these firefighters in the truck and everything. Not that it's that exciting, but I thought it would be fun to document it, especially for Moosie too. So that's part of my day today. And I will do that probably on my way home. Time is starting to escape me here, and I'm not doing too much. I'm just talking away. My goodness, it's 5 of 12, so I have to be leaving here about 1 o'clock, 1:15 to be able to get to Moosie. And I will see Dubby, and I will see Moosie in the PT room. Oh, keep your fingers crossed that the guys up at the fire station are there today, because I certainly don't want to eat any more peanut butter cookies here. They're good. I'm going to make them for Moosie when he comes home. Well, I just came from the fire station and I brought them their goodies. I was only able to see 2 of the guys. They were kind of all having lunch, I think. And none of them were the ones that were up there helping Moosie 2 weeks ago today, I believe it was. But I left it all for them, and I told them I had to eat a couple of the cookies because they weren't there yesterday. So now I'm on my way to the hospital to see Moosie, and Dub will be there too. And I'm eating soup for my breakfast. This has been so wonderful. I'm eating it in the morning, whenever. You can heat up just a cup. This is my clean out the fridge soup. Can't wait to make it for Moosie. It's cold, so I'm back in my warm sweater coats. It's sunny, but these coats are so warm, and I'm back in them again. So, I'm on my way. Debbie's going to be at the hospital at 2 visiting Moosie, so I'm going to try and time my visit to be able to see him at the same time, and also go to the PT room so I can actually watch Moosie increase his steps, and just to make sure he's not fibbing about how many steps he's taking. I can't keep up with you. Well, anything to say for yourself? You just had a great workout.
Walking out on Friday like a new man.
I know. You're looking good, and we're all anxious to see you get home. I also wanted to show you my greens. Now, these are not the greens I started out to do. Those watercress pooped out on me, and they're tiny and little, and I don't think I could eat them. But will you look at these? Look at these. This is my arugula cress, and this is my radish cress. No, vice versa. And I think I'm going to be able to put these on maybe a cream cheese and cucumber little sandwich today. I did get some of that Ezekiel bread. Be nice to eat, because they say you can cut these when they reach about 2 inches. My outfit today is one of my lighter weight, since it's hopefully a little bit warmer out there today. I hope I don't have to drag out a big coat. It's one of those lighter weight, long line sweater coats in my cheetah fabric, which I love. I also have my Walmart cheetah hoops on. This was an experiment with a year-old little envelope of seeds. But the one that I tried, I don't know whether it was too cold or what, but that experiment was a little bit of a bust. But I will continue with growing microgreens as soon as I get organized, and maybe have a little place over here by my sunny window to set up some larger trays to be able to enjoy it. And some of my wooden jewelry. Moosie and I have matching watches just like this that Debbie gave us. Oops, upside down. And it's our picture on the day we were married on there. And this is one I probably can wear into spring because it's lightweight. So this won't get packed away. I also wanted to show you that I do have on my copper chrome, which goes with this, and a good, once again, I did not take the old polish off, so I think I have about 3 layers of polish on here, but I think this is a nail polish that kind of goes with it. You know, I said that I had an abundance of makeup and skincare products from the past several years that I have not used or will not use, and I will be purging those. However, and I wasn't going to keep picking up any new things. However, every once in a while, you come across something and you just feel you want to get it. I did see an article about Martha Stewart. She's one of my heroes. I've always loved Martha. In fact, I have that vest that Debbie gave me on my birthday, that Martha Stewart puff vest with the short sleeves. It's very unique and so lightweight. I'll be able to wear that. But Martha Stewart uses this. It's called LUMI Glow, and it's a L'Oreal product. It's you can either wear it under foundation or just on your skin in place of foundation, and it's a beautiful this color is called the medium. It seems to be the popular one, and I'll just put a little bit on here. Wait a minute, maybe it goes better here, doesn't it, when you put it here on your wrist. Let me show you. It has this lovely little glow that goes on your skin. Can you see that? The glow that it gives to your skin? Maybe you can't. But I think I'm going to be using it on those days when I don't want to put foundation on, but I want to look fairly decent as spring comes and I'm outside more. I also can't wait to get more vitamin D into me. I've been reading a lot about the importance of vitamin D and the immunity system and everything, and it's a must, not only to get it from the sun, but also to be taking the tablets. And we do have those tablets, and I'm gonna start up them. I did take them before, but I'm gonna start taking them again. I also had sent for something that came in the mail, and it's a set of, well, they call it a bronzer and a highlighter. I have the bronzer on today. Basically, no blush, just the bronzer. And I also put it on the sides of my nose, like they show you how to make your nose look slimmer. And then I put the highlighter on my cheeks. Now, I know a lot of you might think it's too much. I love highlighter on my aging face, and just do, and always will. So I put a little bit down the bridge of the nose, as you know, always on my cheekies, a little bit here and here. So I don't have blush on today. This bronzer is light enough to act as a blush. Look at the color, can you see? It's not that rosy color, it's more of a brown. And I thought, wow, it does contour my face really nicely without having to put the blush on. So that's that. I don't like to put it around the chin because it gets on your clothing. I don't, you know, what's there is there, and I'm gonna have to live with this chin at this point. So not that upset about it. So I do like these, and I will give you the information on them. I found them on Amazon by accident, and I do like them. It's very hard to read. Sometimes when they put writing on these light things, I can't read them unless I get a magnifying glass and light on them. So I'm still practicing what my granddaughter Ryan told me about putting the powder on my eyelids before I start with my eyeshadow, and it's working well. I'm very proud of myself, and it's so easy to do. I don't have to keep wiping all the boo-boos, and also not putting anything underneath. Now today, the mascara I used was the L'Oreal Infallible. That's a real skinny rod, and it goes on nicer, I think. The brush is quite thin, and I think it kind of opens up the eyelashes, at least what's left of them. I don't have to clean my car until Thursday morning, so that's good. So I still have tons to do, and you know, the car basically is just some blankets. I keep the water bottles in there also, the 24 at a time, because that's how I hurt my shoulder, I think, trying to carry these. Well, one was 40 water bottles. That's the day I did it. And I'm not doing that. I'm not bringing them into the house anymore. I'm just bringing 5 or 6 at a time in and leaving the rest in there. So my car is kind of my storage place, but I know I better even get it washed and vacuumed out, because I do have my pride. Not always, but. Another thing I forgot to tell you that I keep in the car as well is my cat food. I think I told you that once before. But as you know, we have, I always want to say kangaroos. We don't have kangaroos. We have raccoons that come every night. I hear them up on the roof at night. I see them out if I open the door when I hear them and try and chase them away with the broom. And they will get into bags of food, anything you leave around. They have even opened up tins. They're smart little fellas. So I have to keep the cat food in the car too. So I got to get that out too. My poor car. You know me, I love watching podcasts on YouTube. And for a couple of months now, I've been watching a podcast, and the very handsome young fellow who does all the interviewing is a fellow by the name of Lewis Howes. And I guess he has 1 million followers, and he's been doing this for 10 years, and he has the most interesting people on. The first one that I tuned into, and I just love listening to him, is Dr. David Carter. Why did I forget that name? I will put the right name on the, but he's all about intermittent fasting. And his theory is he has grants that he gets, Harvard educated, and he does all sorts of clinical trials on eating for longevity. And those podcasts are marvelous. I just love those. His theory is basically that your body needs to rest from eating food all the time. That try and go a long time and then have a window of eating that is much shorter, and then you eat pretty much what you want, obviously within reason. And then the rest of the time your body rests to digest and just rest from the food. He claims that's the healthy way to eat, and maybe you'd lose some weight in the meantime too. Recently, I've been watching the podcast that he had a woman on that talked about stress from being a caregiver. And that was really interesting, and I will share some of that with you, or you might like to watch him. But I thought that pertained to me, the stress that you build, and there's two kinds. There's chronic, which is toxic, and then there's the temporary stress that you live in on a day-to-day basis. That's more treatable. But there's things you can do to control your stress, to lessen it, and be able to live a positive life as you caregive. So I'm gonna watch that again. But I'll tell you a little bit more about that, maybe in another video. Moosie told me last night on the phone, he's so funny. He loves to watch these. I bring my iPad over when I visit him, and we watch the latest video that I put up, and he loves to read the comments and is so grateful for all the well wishes and prayers and blessings that you send his way. And he said to me last night, I have an idea for a video. I said, what? What's that? He said, I think we ought to do a video on my homecoming. Well, I said, yeah, I planned to put some of that in. He said, no, I mean, we could get me saying goodbye to the nurses and the doctors and leaving and coming out to the car. So we might have to do a fairly decent sized production on Friday if all works out. So I want to thank you so much for watching this video. For all you new people, I hope you're enjoying us. And if you haven't subscribed and give us a thumbs up, please do. We would appreciate it. Thank you so much for your comments, for your love, and for all the blessings and prayers and everything else that you send our way. Love you, and God bless us all.